film with friends, missing VHS videotape repeating.
Welcome back, guys and gals. Today we're looking at 1995's The Cable Guy. Jim Carrey, Matthew Broderick, directed by Ben Stiller, written by Judd Apatow, back before he was Judd Apatow, you know. I actually really like this movie. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of hype over it when it first came out. I think a lot of people were put off by how dark it was. But if you go back and watch it now, and even if you watched it back then, it's very, very prophetic as far as how it predicts things that would come later on in life. Not only just in that, it talks about, you know, being able to play Mortal Kombat online with your friends in Vietnam and doing all that kind of crazy stuff about like the way the internet would connect everybody. But I mean, it's got young Owen Wilson, it's got a young Jack Black, it's got Leslie Mann being one of her first main roles, which is where she met Judd Apatow. And of course, they've gone on to be married and have kids and stuff together. I think Jim Carrey's fantastic in this movie. This movie also kind of set the stage for big paychecks for actors. Like, this is one of the first ones I think he got 10 to 20 million for being in. I saw this the day it came out. I remember calling Movie Phone like the night before, Thursday night at like midnight, trying to figure out what time the first show of this was the following day on Friday. A couple friends of mine and a lady friend of ours like walked all the way down to the theater to check it out, down this big ass hill, and had to walk back up the hill later on. At the first theater I ever ended up working at is where I saw this. Again, it was 1995. Produced by Judd Apatow, like I said, directed by Ben Stiller. I think he directed maybe one or two things before this. But go back and watch it. I mean, yeah, it's dark, but it's still pretty funny. Jim Carrey is amazing in it. Matthew Broderick is meh. But like I said, there's so many people who you'd recognize nowadays as big stars who were in this. And I want to say Odenkirk. Isn't Bob Odenkirk in this as well? This is the first time I remember seeing Owen Wilson. I remember seeing Jack Black, and all those guys kind of stuck out. And of course, Jim Carrey just, I think, kills it in this movie. So this is a VHS release. This one is actually pan to scan. I don't think they release this on widescreen because I don't see the point of that. But probably one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, especially in his run in the 90s when he was kind of on top of his game. But really like this movie a lot. I think it's underappreciated. Maybe overhyped when it came out, but still underappreciated now. Did you guys see this in theater? Have you seen it subsequently since? Do you guys feel, too, that it's kind of was beyond its time, before its time, kind of like set the stage for what was to come? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.